Attention passionate New York Giants fans. Latest news, something big is happening in the NFC East and it could change the game. We're talking about a direct impact on New York Giants' path to another Super Bowl run, a power shift that could leave a division rival stumbling for years. We're bringing this to you firsthand. But before that, if you're a true New York Giants fan, subscribe to the channel to strengthen this passion even more. Show that you're also part of this family. Let's help each other reach 1,000 subscribers. Share with your friends and New York Giants fans. Let's get to the news now, folks. Let's talk about a potential game changer that's been making waves in NFL circles, and more specifically, among Giants fans. It's a rumor that could reshape the Giants' offense and maybe even influence their draft strategy in the upcoming months. We're talking about the possibility of the Giants making a push for Atlanta Falcons tight end Kyle Pitts. That's right, Pitts, the former first-round pick who burst onto the scene with incredible promise, but has seen his production dip over the past couple of seasons. But before we get into whether this makes sense or not for the Giants, let's set the scene. Kyle Pitts was drafted 4th overall in 2021, and right out of the gate, he made a splash. As a rookie, he caught 68 passes for over 10 yards and was named to the Pro Bowl. It was clear that the Falcons had a special talent in their hands, a tight end who could stretch defenses, create mismatches, and serve as a primary target. But since then, things haven't gone quite as smoothly. Injuries, a change in offensive schemes, and perhaps some inconsistency have seen Pitts' numbers drop. In 2023, he managed just 47 catches for 602 yards, with only 4 touchdowns, definitely a step back from his rookie campaign. Still, at just 24 years old, Pitts remains a tantalizing talent. And now, reports from Jordan Schultz of Fox Sports suggest that Atlanta might be open to trading him. The Falcons are reportedly listening to offers, and what's interesting is that they might be particularly interested in a day 2 pick in this year's draft. That's intriguing because it suggests they're looking for value, for a package that can help them rebuild or add depth elsewhere. For the Giants, who are always on the lookout for offensive weapons, it raises the question, would Pitts be worth a shot? Would trading a day 2 pick for a player of his caliber make sense, especially considering the Giants' current roster and their draft capital? Now, let's analyze whether this move fits into the Giants' broader plans. The team has been on an upward trajectory under head coach Brian Daboll, who has transformed the offense into a more dynamic unit. Daniel Jones has shown flashes of brilliance, Saquon Barkley remains a threat, and the receiving core is quietly developing. But one area that's been lacking consistently has been a true secondary playmaker, someone who can stretch the field and create mismatches. Kyle Pitts, at his best, could be exactly that. His size, athleticism, and ability to run after the catch make him a dangerous weapon. Imagine Pitts lining up alongside Darren Waller, giving defenses a nightmare matchup. Or, if the Giants decide to use him primarily as a receiver, he could serve as a safety valve for Jones, especially on third downs. His route running, combined with his size and speed, could open up the entire offense. And at just 24, Pitts still has room for growth. The coaching staff, especially someone like Brian Daboll, who's renowned for developing offensive talent, could tap into that potential. But it's not just about immediate help. The long-term outlook is also worth considering. Pitts' contract runs through 2026, meaning that if the Giants acquired him, they could have a reliable target for the next few seasons. That would give them stability at the tight end position and allow them to develop chemistry. And with the team still in a building phase, having a young, talented player like Pitts could be a cornerstone for the future. However, it's important to weigh the risks. For one, the Giants have already given up a third-round pick in 2026 to move up in last year's draft to select Jackson Dart, the quarterback of the future. That means they're potentially short on draft capital, especially on day 2, which is crucial for building depth and adding immediate impact players. Trading a second-round pick for Pitts might be a stretch, given the team's current cap situation and draft strategy. Plus, there's always the question of whether Pitts will return to his rookie form, or if injuries and scheme fit issues will continue to hamper him. And let's not forget about the other options the Giants have at tight end. Theo Johnson, who is just entering his second season, showed promise last year with 29 catches before suffering a season-ending Lisfranc injury. Daniel Bellinger, who will turn 25 soon, is another promising young player. Chris Manhertz and Thomas Fidon II are also in the mix, but none of them have the proven upside that Pitts might bring if everything clicks. So, in terms of immediate impact and long-term potential, Pitts could be a significant upgrade if he returns to form. But here's the crux of the matter. Would the Giants be willing to part with a valuable draft pick for a player who, despite his talent, has yet to fully recapture his rookie magic? That's the million-dollar question, and honestly, my initial instinct is that a trade like this might be too risky. Given the current roster, the team's draft capital, and their salary cap constraints, it might be more prudent to develop what they already have and focus on the draft to fill other needs. Still, I understand the allure. Kyle Pitts is a game-changing talent. When healthy, he can alter the entire defensive game plan. The Giants, who have been slowly building a competitive roster, could use a weapon like him to take the offense to another level. But at the same time, they need to be cautious and strategic. Trading away a day 2 pick could limit their options in the upcoming draft, especially since they're already missing out on a third-rounder due to previous moves. So, it's a delicate balance between seizing a unique opportunity and preserving future assets. And let's talk about the NFC East for a moment, because this potential move could shift power dynamics within the division. The Eagles, Cowboys, and Commanders are all making moves to elevate their rosters, and if the Giants land a player like Pitts, they could become even more formidable on offense. It would add a dimension that defenses in the division might struggle to handle. On the other hand, if they don't pull the trigger, it could be a missed opportunity to catch up or even leapfrog some rivals. From a fan perspective, I know this kind of rumor sparks a lot of debate. Some will love the idea of trading for Pitts, seeing him as a difference-maker who can turn the Giants into a legit Super Bowl contender. Others will be wary, pointing out the risks and questioning whether he's worth a second-round pick, especially given his recent injury history and inconsistent production. That's what makes NFL offseason rumors so exciting. Everyone has an opinion, and every move has the potential to reshape the team's future. So, what do you think? Would you want the Giants to go all in and trade for Kyle Pitts? Or do you believe they should hold on to their draft capital and build through the draft and development? Drop your thoughts in the comments below. This is exactly the kind of discussion that makes being a Giants fan so thrilling. I want to hear your takes, your predictions, and your hopes for what this team can accomplish in the coming season. And now, New York Giants fans, I want to hear from you. What's your take on this? Drop your thoughts in the comments below. Your opinion matters so much to us and to the New York Giants. And don't forget, I'll be back soon with more updates, so stay tuned for the latest New York Giants news. We're in the heart of the offseason, but the excitement never stops. The NFL always has surprises up its sleeve, and the Giants are no exception. Whether it's draft rumors, trade talks, or free agency signings, we're here to keep you informed, engaged, and ready for whatever comes next. Thanks for sticking with us, and as always, go Giants!